Good morning, this is Dwayne. People often ask me, how can I get started? I just want to pick some things out on the piano. I just want to play by ear. And they ask me how to start playing by ear. And it's really pretty simple because there's only two things you really need to know. There's a melody, that's the tune of the song, and there's the harmony, the chords that go in back of the song, okay? And if you match those two up, you can get started, and make things sound pretty decent from, within a few days or a few weeks. Let's take the first element, picking out the melody. Let's say that you want to know how to play Silent Night, okay? Well, you just pick a note, any note. I'll pick a G, and then you use your memory to think how that song went. Now, you may not do that first try, so you might go like this. But you can quickly tell that's not right, right? Won't take you too long to determine that those are the three notes you're going to deal with, okay? And a melody can either stay the same or go up or go down. Those are the only three possibilities, right? So there's a limited number of options for you, but that's good. That works in your favor. So you pick out the melody, and then the melody repeats. And that's handy too because melodies often repeat. Now, that's the end of the first phrase. Now, the next phrase is, no, that's not right. That's right, okay? So let's take it that far. And then you pick out the next. You see, it doesn't take much to figure out a melody, and that's where I'd start, just with the melody, okay? And then there's something you need to know about the harmony. Harmony, there's three basic chords that help you harmonize melodies more than any other chord. So if you know that those three basic chords, you've gone a long way towards harmonizing the melody. And those three chords they're called the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Let me just show that in the key of C. The 1 chord is based on the first note of the scale, every other note. So that's the 1 chord. The 4 chord is the 4th note of the scale, and you build a chord there. And the 5 chord is the 5th note of the scale, and you build a chord there by playing every other note, okay? Now, what you do is you match the melody to the left-hand harmony. So you might go. Doesn't take long to figure out that's wrong. Sounds better, but that's not right. Ah, that sounds right. Now, you know that the three chords that harmonize best are the 1, 4, and 5 chords, so when you get to the next phrase, that doesn't sound right, so try one of the other chords. Try the F chord, the 4 chord. That doesn't sound right. How about the 5 chord? Ah, that sounds right. So let's take it that far. And then you pick out the next section. And you see that next note, it's not in that chord, it's not in the 1 chord, it's not in the 5 chord, so try the 4 chord. And I'm pushing down the damper pedal, the pedal on the right, to make things sound a little smoother. Okay, and so we figured out Silent Night by just picking out the melody first and then matching one of those three chords to it, okay? Now, can you make it sound more advanced? Well, of course. You can break up the chord like that. You can use open voicing, which means playing the notes but separating them, the same notes of the chords, C, G, and E, but separating them. And in the right hand, you can see that. I'm breaking up the G chord now, breaking up the C chord. Now in the right hand, you could harmonize the right hand too, couldn't you? You could take some of the notes out of the left hand chord and put them in the right hand. For example, that's called parallel thirds. Those notes are 3 notes apart. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See that? So, and then after a while, what you can do is add an echo. Listen. Echo. Echo. Okay? And on like that. So that's how you get started playing piano by ear. The first step is to pick out the melody of whatever song you want to play. The next thing is to match the chords to that right hand melody. And you do that by looking for the 1, 4, and 5 chord of the key that you're playing in. And I don't have time to talk about keys, but that's the basic strokes of learning to play piano by ear. So, hope that helps a little bit, and tune again tomorrow as we take up another little subject like that. So, we'll see you then. Bye-bye for now. Hi, this is Dwayne again, and I'd like to tell you about a little book that I wrote a few years back. It's called Piano Chords and Chord Progressions, The Secret Backdoor to Exciting Piano Playing. And it's a terrific resource about chords. If you want to know more about chords, you ought to latch onto this book. It's just barely over $10, $11 I think it is. And it covers all the chords and chord progressions that I talk about in my videos. It's just a great, it's not a substitute for videos, of course, but or DVDs, but it's a great summary, and it's so inexpensive that it's well worth your while to get. Here's a table of contents. You can just look down here and see all the things it covers. Starts out with major, minor, diminished, augmented, 6th, 7th, and on to 13th chords and suspensions and alterations, and then gets on to chord progressions and so on. So it's a very thorough book, and it's got a lot of illustrations. I'll just toggle through a little bit, so you can, and there's the back cover. So it's worth your while to get. So hope you take advantage of that. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.